What's the deal? It's your boy Jason Mike, Mr. Athletic over everything. Tonight or early this morning, I wanted to have a quick discussion for the people in the powerlifting world, especially centered around the bench press. If you haven't been on the rock and you've seen some of the stuff that's gone on this year, you will know what type of benching I've been doing. You know, benching over 662 pounds at around 300 pounds, drug free, 44 years old. I've been putting up some amazing lifts. Currently, I'm number 6 in the world with my bench pressing. But today's conversation is going to be centered around who is truly the number one bench presser in the world right now. There's great debate in some circles surrounding the one and only Julius Maddox and Danial Zamani, the big Iranian. I've become pretty cool with Daniel over the last couple of months, corresponding with him back and forth. And he's like a really, really nice guy, super nice guy. And a lot of people are asking me, I get DM'd every day asking, do you think his lifts are legit? And before I go any further with this particular video, I would like to say that it would be extremely disrespectful to the work that Julius Maddox has put in on the platform to say that anyone is in his class. Julius is still the greatest or the strongest bench presser of all time. Greatest is up for debate depending on who you want to ask. But strongest by far, he has done it in competition. I believe the world record right now is at 783 pounds. And he's clearly the number one guy in the world. Now, a lot has been centered around Daniel and people thinking that what he's doing is suspect. They're like, he's come out of nowhere. I remember last December, he and I were very close in bench. I think around that time I might have been in the 620, like I knew I was probably about 619 or something like that. And I remember watching him doing 633, 660. He was approaching 700 pounds, and then out of nowhere, the floodgates open. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you're seeing him do 700 pounds for doubles, 725, 730 for doubles. Then you started seeing these massive singles. You know, he got all the way up to was it 352 kg or something like that. And around this time, you know, you start hearing people say that, you know, the plates that he was using weren't legit. They were not Alico. I forgot the name on them. They were like a off-brand plate, and people were saying that the plates weren't legit. Now, I defended him because I'm saying to myself, I'm looking at the way the bar reacts to the press, and it looked like the weight is substantial. But something I didn't know at the time is that he's using the same plates as the big deadlifter. There's a big deadlifter from Iran who's approaching a 500 kg pull, and he gets credit. And come to find out, they're in the same gym using the same plates. That guy has gone on to compete at Giants Live. And so obviously what he's doing is pretty close. The plates are pretty close to accurate or whatnot. Now, he's also shown me video footage of stuff that he might not have posted online. I've seen him bench press over 1,000 pounds with a shirt on. I saw him, they bought brand new plates. They're Lico plates, but I'll get into that. But they weighed each one of the plates. All of the plates were a half a kilo over. So the video that you guys just saw, or they just posted, was probably not giving his just due, because I believe that he was lifting even more weight than what they previously believed. That bench where he did I think it was 772, whatever the number is, that could have been probably closer to 790 pounds or 786 or 787 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel as though they're doing smoke and mirrors with these plates. I believe that the plates are indeed probably knockoff Eleiko plates, though, and I'll get into that in a second. But I do believe the plates are weighed correctly. I'm looking at the guy. The guy is a massive man. He's 375 pounds, probably 25-inch biceps, huge chest. I'm a 660-pound bencher, drug free, and I'm nowhere near this guy's size. So if you look at him, he fits the bill in terms of what 800-pound bencher would look like if there ever was one. You know what I'm saying? Um, his strengths are the way his technique is flawless. He has very good control of the weight. Very aesthetically pleasing to watch him bench. More so than someone like a Julius that has a lot more movement. That's a lot more raw. You know, he's more of a technician in a sense of when you just watch everything that he's doing. Everything is in line and correct. He's smaller, so and he's new, so it gives people hope that maybe Julius will have competition down the line. So I think that's why a lot of people are siding with him. But you know, I've had discussions with some other greats in the sport, and they feel as though, you know, his wishes to compete or not to compete are a problem. Now, when I spoke with him, he's having issue with his government in terms of support and things of that nature. He told me the reason why he doesn't want to do any competitions where he's from is because there's a lot of hate that goes on, and he doesn't feel as though he'll get a fair opportunity if he competes at home. That's why he wasn't. That's why he hasn't been doing competitions. That's what he tells me. And CT Fletcher invited him to come to Iron Wars to go head up with Julius. And to be honest with you, based on what he told me, he only cares about what Julius thinks. He only wants to go against Julius. Julius is the greatest of all time. That's who he wants to be matched up with. He doesn't want to go up against anyone else other than Julius. And part of the problem with this is that Julius has entertained it. You know what I'm saying? Without saying, hey, man, you should go do a competition and put up a legit number before, you know, I do anything with you. Julius entertained it, went on live stream with him. They talked about the rules, the parameters, and things of that nature in terms of what it is. The problem with Iron Wars is that it's on pig iron, old equipment, pit style, bunch of people around. These people are coming from another country. I do not think it's going to play well. You know, I don't see it meshing. And then if you're gonna come here to bench against the number one guy in the world, at least have it be a sanctioned event. I was telling him, you know, as a friend, so to speak, I would not do Iron Wars before I did an actual competition. Now, this is all happening before Julius was going to attempt the 800 pounds at Wrigley. Um, and I'm saying, like, listen, if Julius goes and hits the 800 pounds at Wrigley, this is an exhibition. But to be perfectly honest, I don't see the point in Julius doing that without having the record in hand. So I think they need to find a meet that's going to be sanctioned and then do it. But he, you know, I've expressed this to him and told him that a lot of people in the community would like to see him put it down in a competition first. And then on the business side of it, I said that, you know, you guys could probably come up and make a bunch of money if you were to break the world record or come close to the world record. So y'all head up would actually mean something. I believe Iron Wars would be good for CT Fletcher and his brand and his deal. And to be honest with you, if they do Iron Wars and I'm not in the IPF anymore because the USAPL has been suspended, I may go do Iron Wars as well. Maybe try to bench 700 or something like that. But that was just one of those things. But he is very content with just knowing that Julius respects him and he wants to go up against Julius. He wants to go up against the best. So that's what he plans on doing, coming to Iron Wars and going head up with Julius. And right now, what you're seeing on social media is his lifts have declined tremendously. He's struggling with 630 pounds, things of that nature. If you follow his page, you'll see that it's a lot of drug use. PEDs and things of that nature. I know nothing about PEDs and stuff like that, but he's in a cleansing process right now, so his numbers are down. And I think he said he's revving up. I believe he said in 8 weeks he's going to go for 360 kg. I believe that's right at what Julius's world record is, or something like that. So that's what he had told me. I watched this guy. He actually posted the other day. He attempted the world record number in a session where he had benched the 350 kg bench, I believe. He did like a weird double pump after the handoff, brought the weight down, and it came up and it hit right at his sticking point where he sticks at. When he sticks, it's a certain area, and he did the same thing. He came very close to that number, which makes me believe that he will be going after that world record. Excuse me. I do believe that his numbers are legit. I do believe that he has the strength to do it. I think it's just a matter of how it happens. One of the fears, if he comes here to do Iron Wars, I just see it not making sense for him to do Iron Wars unless he does a competition before Iron Wars and breaks Julius' record, and then they do Iron Wars, and this is like they just fucking off or dicking off, and then they can set up for a head-to-head clash between those two at a later date, and they could probably make some good money out the situation. But just to come here and live for fun like that doesn't make sense. Especially kind of knowing Julius a little bit, it seems like he's not going to do something if it doesn't make dollars. You know what I'm saying? So pretty curious to see how that happens and how it goes. But I do believe he's going to break that 790 mark. Now I don't know if that means I just think the 800-pound thing is so much more that goes into that. I could see a situation where Julius can break 790 easy and then put the 800 pounds on there, and it's a struggle. And the reason being is that when you get up to these kind of numbers that no human has ever attempted, it's very easy to see how 3 to 5 pounds can make a huge difference. So I'm curious to see how that happens going forward. But is Danial Zamani the number one bencher in the world? The answer is no. Julius is still number one until someone beats him on a platform or puts up a bigger number in a legit federation. Now, what I will say is that if that number stays the same, I do believe it's going to get broken. I just don't know for sure if it's going to be an 800-pound bench, but I do think if Daniel's peaked, he will break 782 pounds. That will happen. So it'll be curious to see what happens going forward. But if you guys are interested in bench coaching, you can go to AOE. That's my company, athletikovereverything.com. I have coaching. I got cool ass apparel, nice shirts. These are the Bench Legend shirts, hats, things of that nature. I have a bunch of stuff on there. So it's athletikovereverything.com. Until next time, later.